Greetings, everyone. Tommy Hawksblood here, calling from the Big Island of Hawaii. Man, I'm choking already. Sorry about that. Greetings, Tina. Say hello.
Hello, guys. I'm Tina Brad here from Southampton in the UK, broadcasting to Tommy in Hawaii and across the globe. It's good to be with you this evening. How are you feeling now, Tommy? Okay. So, well, Tommy sorts himself out there. I'm just going to say hi, and he's back already. There you go.
Oh, I was here. It just didn't come up. I don't know why. So we got a lot to talk about. I want to get into as much as we can today. Basically, we're dealing with a world that has so many problems going on at the same time. And on top of that, I got my own problems multiplying as well. So, I mean, I'm in Hawaii, big island. There's very little places to move to, and I have to move. So, yeah, it's a trip. When all the people from Lahaina forced to move, no house, and everything else, it's crazy. And there's a lot of other things going on, which I'm not going to get into. But I want to keep it to the subject today. Basically, what do you think will happen when aliens come? Or what do you know will happen when aliens come? Tina knows what will happen. I know what will happen. All these people in UFO will come up with fairy tales and tell everybody, oh, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be nice. They'll work with us. I'm going to start off simple. Aliens have never helped the human race in 100,000 years, people. Never did one good thing for the human race. Ever. So when you come up and say, oh, the good aliens are going to work with us, all these storytellers saying the trip was great are completely programmed people. Sorry, people. I mean, you like to make stories up and believe them, but it's not real. Look at the world. We'll be probably in World War III within a couple of years max. The violence and everything that's going on. You know, every 2-3 weeks, thousands of people are dying from tornadoes, hurricanes, storms. Never mind being bombarded, bombed. People, do you think you're in a really good place right now? And you really think good aliens are going to come here and save us? You can dream all you want, but it's not going to go down that way. It's time to wake up, people. We got a horrible government, really taking us to the bank. And what do we want? We think people want to believe aliens are going to come save us. What's your view, Tina?
Well, if aliens were going to save us, they'd probably done it a couple of 100 million years ago. I mean, human beings have such a long history. It's intertwined with UFOs. You can go back historically, look at paintings, cave art, drawings. You can listen to stories. But it goes back further than that. We're here because of something they did to our planet. So they were researching us or looking at us historically or environmentally before we even came to the Earth. And it's something they did accidentally, of course, why we're here. So, if that was a couple of 100 million years ago or a billion years ago or whatever it was, we're here because of something they did. So they've brought us here now and they've kind of let us get on with it. Whether we made a mess of that, I think that's down to us. But contacts happened many, 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 many years ago. But people need to. I think there's different races perpetrating these things. And again, contact, or it's what is in everybody's mind they view as contact. Now, what would you perceive if you were an abductee or Tommy? People perceive that aliens are nice. They're going to land on the White House lawn, give us a press preview, come out and wave and say hello, and it's going to be kind of like that. It's not. It's happened when you're taken from your home, when they talk to you, when they lean over you, when they abduct you, when they do experiments on you. That is contact. That is something they're doing to us. They're not helping the human race. They're not helping me. They're not helping you. So I can't understand why people are getting these pictures of like these aliens that are going to land and like imagine wave it rotten, get rid of cancer or stop a war or feed children. I don't know where people get this from. They need to wait and smell the roses.
I want to say two things. Like, okay, Mr. Musk put online, what if I gave everybody on the planet $1 million? I said, well, you would end poverty. That's one thing. But the thing is, he talks about going to Mars. He's trying to escape planet Earth. People don't want the truth about planet Earth. They want to dream. But I want to say this. This is the truth. You can accept it or not. It's my truth. I experienced it and I know it for a fact. And I'm only responsible to God. So if I'm a liar, I'm directly referring that back to God. In Atlantis, it was the only time the human race was at peace. Now, you have to understand, aliens came and went, came back and left, came back and left. Every time they destroyed a race that was here, that they brought here. The whole thing about the pyramids has nothing important to do with the human race right now. Is it going to stop the war? Is it going to help anybody get their food for breakfast, dinner, or survive? People follow the wrong things. The wrong people give the wrong stupid ideas of their ego. And right now, in Atlantis was destroyed by alien races, 2 alien races. And we were reprogrammed to become massive killers, rapists, and abusers. So, and that was over 100,000 years ago. So what do you think's happening to the human race? They're pathetic. We haven't moved forward in any way, and aliens will not let us. You don't think if they wanted to stop war, they couldn't? I don't know where people get these ideas they're going to help us ever. Help you what? I mean, I must say they'll give everybody $1 million. That would be cool, but that's not what's going to happen. We're looking at the real world, what's really going down, and more people are worried about their money, where they're going to get it, and how they're going to live, including me. I'm being forced to move. And it's like the island has no place to move. They can move into the bushes and hang out there, which most people do. We have the highest number of homeless people in the United States. So, and we got the highest number of drug addicts for the amount of people on this island. Is that a good thing? Of course not. And now Bezos came out and said he'll donate $100 million. All right, because he owns 78 acres here, and he worries about the value of his property. So yeah, people give when they have to. People help when they have to, but not because they want to and they want to make things better. If every millionaire on this planet decided to help the world, we would be in the most beautiful place. But even Oprah, she donated pillows and $5 million. That's going to help reality? Help Lahaina? Aliens come down and take people. What do you think they take you for? To give you dinner and make you feel good?
It's
No.
not just what they take when they abduct you. It's the part of your humanity, part of your life, your ability to reproduce. They take your life and change your life, take it from you. So it's not just about being abducted. It's the side effects and everything else that goes along with it.
I was always called crazy all my life. And I don't know how you dealt with it, Tina, because all the people I know, I work with, all thought I was crazy. Or Bigfoot or any of that stuff. It's all not real. I work with demons and angels and even doing, I mean, I did exorcisms, but working with people, crossing them over, dead people, spirits, all that's real. And people don't get into, I mean, the TV shows are really into ghosts now. There's like 10 shows a week about ghosts, but that's not going to help us either. Talking to a ghost isn't going to save us. People putting their attention on everything except the truth. What do they respect? What do they analyze? What do they care about? And praying for the world? That didn't help the world in 1 billion years, did it? Mankind still twisted evil and do the same things over and over. Aliens aren't making it anything better. Oh, they built a pyramid. So what? Did it help us? Do you see the people that it helped? Of course not. People, we expect aliens to come here. Why? And the worst person I know is Stephen Greer. And I harass him every day I can. He's putting lies out there, brainwashing people, hoping that we can talk to aliens and they're going to help us. Help him what? He looks like an alien and he should go back on his ship to wherever he came from. But again, he's telling the world that we need to talk to aliens. Really? If you can't talk to God, why talk to an alien? Like they're going to give you beneficial help? Really? What are they going to give you?
Radiation.
Yeah, radiation like Tina has. People, people that get abducted really have a serious problem the rest of their life. If you stand next to an alien or a ship, your life changes, and not in a better way, people. Because you realize what's really here and what's happening, and it's not being part of our reality. And that should be sad. I mean, we talk about what another country's doing, what Putin talks about. Putin talked about aliens. He told Trump They were working with 26 alien races, and 2 of them want to destroy the planet. Putin said that to Trump, and he told Trump to tell the world about aliens. But the next day, Trump came out and created the space army. People, and most people don't even know that, and they don't even care. Well, they should, because it means that we're in trouble.
Yeah, we are.
But I mean, trying to survive. Oh man, people call in the wrong time, right? So, all I can say is we need to reevaluate what we're doing in life, what we want to attain in life, and how it's going to end for us. If you have no faith, dying is probably the last thing you could even possibly imagine or want or even think about. I know most people are afraid of death. The people that are aware, at least something happens after it's over, is a good thing. But how far do you want to get from there? Where do you want to go after you die? Become what? What do you want to do? What do you think is going to happen? I had 5 death experiences, and I know what happens. For me, maybe not every soul is going to be lucky enough to get past the astral plane, or even stay there. Most souls do reincarnate, and that's another word that people don't want to deal with. More people today are waking up with awareness of their past lives, of one of our lives. And that's beneficial because it's a starting point to realize who and what you really are. Soul doesn't die, and the idea that we die, oh no. But to think everybody's sitting there waiting for you, all your family's up on the planet, up on Mars, and in space, waiting for you to come there and sit down at the table and eat with them? Really? Mankind has created so many false images in people. They don't know how to find the truth, and they really don't want to look for it. They want to believe in something that's not real is not beneficial. So all the false beliefs, and there's over 2,000 religions, and I know a couple of religions believe in aliens and stuff. Farrakhan, he teaches about ships and everything. So there's a certain level where you have to realize where the truth ends and where the truth starts. Even the Pope had his people come out and say they're going to teach aliens Christianity. Really, that's just what they need. All the things they can do, they're going to learn what Christianity is going to teach them. Really? People, do you ever try to teach an ant to fly? Or a worm to fly? I mean, really, come to your senses. We are what we are. Roaches can go underground, come out, fly away, come back, go back underground. They're the oldest creature on the planet. They develop, they're pretty immune to almost everything. They don't have to eat for a year. They evolve to chemicals. They can get used to any chemical you spray on them and things like that. They're the most adaptable creatures that exist. To me, they're the most disgusting, but that's beside the point. But they have always been here. So when we talk about how long have we been here and what are we doing, I mean, the word is beneficial. Have we did anything beneficial to the planet, for the planet? Of course not. And we're doing the opposite. Aliens gave us technology that's not beneficial, people. If you don't know where it came from, it was Tesla. He worked with an alien race and came up with 200 inventions, 50 of the most deadliest weapons. Einstein said in his own notes he worked with a race. But he was given a lot of lies from whoever he worked with. Because the number one and most important thing that exists is time travel, back and forth. And he said we couldn't do it. All right? So Tesla created a way to do it. So 2 different contradictories from the most so-called smartest people on the planet. Being able to channel something from an alien is not smart because they don't care about the well-being of the human race. Neither does most people. Religions are created to control people. And the saddest part, people think Jesus came to create a religion. He did not. He didn't create all the bull that these people believe in. All right? I know people say, oh, your ego. I said, no, I was there. I watched it. I watched myself die many times in different incarnations. But I always saw man destroying people. And that's all they do. The human race have always been warring. More so the white race. Wherever the white race originated, when they were brought here, they were warring creatures. So I mean, Native people, the Hopi people lived in the United States always. They weren't brought here. I mean, and they don't claim it, but all the other tribes claim they work with aliens. The star beings, which were the Greys. The Greys never did anything. And the United States just found out the Greys were bad and had to kill everyone we had here. And Bill Snyder's story is the second most important UFO story out there. And Stephen Greer will never mention that. Why? Because he says all aliens are good. These people, the government let them stay there. I guess it's just to reprogram people to be ready to accept something stupid. Tina, in all your so far in all your experiences, did you ever meet a person in the UFO world at any convention, I think, that told you something really important that an alien did good for us?
No.
And able to prove it.
No.
I've been to so many from 96 to 2002, and all the people. We found out there were supposed to be 2 people that were there that were aliens, and everybody's, don't work with them, don't talk to those people, they're aliens. And that's what was going around the whole conference. All right. No, I talked to them. Of course I did. But, people want to believe things like Alnek. She claims she's from Mars, and she does her teachings on Mount Shasta. She almost died 2 years ago. She has no powers, but she claims she took on a body at 6 years old.
I'm from Earth.
He was one of the 6 beings that came from Venus. And I don't know if you heard the story of Valiant Thor, the one that they brought into the White House.
Yeah, someone's doing a thing. They're trying to find his body or something, aren't they?
Well, 7 of them came down here, supposedly. But did they help mankind in any way? Think about where we're going.
They can't even help me, and I'm just a normal human being. Look what they've done to me, not for me.
No, they don't help people. They never did. Their mission, their goal. What's our main goal in life? Ask 1,000 people. What are you going to get? Well, I want a wife. I want a husband. I want children. I want a house. I want a car.
Wait, so what is a human being's purpose?
Ask yourself that. What is your purpose? Why are you here? Why do you think you reincarnate over and over?
We have short lives, relatively short lives compared to like tortoises, whales, and
aliens live long too. Most alien races live a long time as well. So
we have short lives. We may be able to leave our bodies when we die. We probably reincarnate, but we just keep repurposing and making more bodies, whether that be for souls to go in. But what do we do? For what purpose do we do it?
See, man never accepts truth. When a person writes a story, like when a person rewrites history, like Zecharia Sitchin, mankind believes the stories. People like to believe written document, like the 10 Commandments, something written down, the Emerald Tablets, something written down. Just because it was written a long time ago doesn't mean they were spiritual, doesn't mean they were caring people. If you read if you study, and I mean study, the Emerald Tablets, you might learn something. He teaches a lot of things. He taught, and that was Thought the Atlantean, and not the storybook the Thought the Atlantean. He brought 9 races here to this planet by the Council of 9, which exists on the astral plane. People have no clue. I mean, some religions talk about the Council of 9 and things like that, but they know nothing about them. They never got there to visit them or meet them or even believe that they're real.
Excuse me.
Bless you. But people Joe Alien came down and said, oh, they're going to save us. Really? I mean, hold on. We got serious problems. I got a serious problem. And I don't know what's going to happen. I could be out in the street. So I don't know where we're going, but we're not going forward in a good direction. I mean, if we were all caring people, there wouldn't be starving people, abused children, all the things that are happening. I put a book out. It's hopefully it'll be done in about a month. But until that happens, where are we going? What are we really doing here? Passing time for what?
Yeah.
I mean, if we don't realize anything, our life's useless. And I'm sure you're going to do it over.
I mean, in the Bible it says God gave, was it Noah, 120 years to build the ark?
Well,
We're lucky
again,
safety on this earth.
Well, that's a true story. He built the ark. It was found, and they're not going to ever tell the public where it is and everything else about it, but it was found. But the
Mount
problem
Ararat,
is, they
top of
say he took science and UFO world said he took uh, DNA of all the creatures and put them in tubes and brought them here. No, that didn't happen. He only brought 120 animals. There's a couple thousand animals on our planet, people. So
yeah.
it's not like he saved all the animals on this planet or brought them all to safety and things. People take a story, they read part of it. Oh, he saved all the animals. No, he didn't. He only could save the animals around where he was. He didn't save the whole world because the whole world wasn't flooded. It's impossible. The world's always 76% water. So the whole continent where he was went underwater, but not the whole planet. And then we got the stupid flathead people. The world's flat. Really, their head's flat. Their brain's flat.
If the world was flat, it would be sunshine all the time, would it not? Because the world wouldn't revolve to get nighttime.
You know, the simplest thing is go to the ocean with a telescope and look. If the world was flat, you'd be able to see a city, a country, an island when you look through the telescope. You can only see, I was just going to try to pull it up. I forgot. It's anywhere between 50 and 100 miles is the maximum you could see, even on sitting on a mountain or something. The curvature only lets you see from that part of the curvature.
Yeah, but
you can't see the other part of
if
it.
the earth was flat, you'd have the sunshine all the time because the earth would be flat. So when the sun moved, or we would move around the sun, it would just be sunshine all the time.
You know, people, I don't know how they come up with formulas of numbers and think, well, this proved that the world's flat. Well, you can create numbers. Numbers aren't anything real. We live by them. We create everything by them because it's a system that we created for our reality. But in Atlantis, we didn't need numbers. We didn't need numbers to eat vegetables and fruit. We didn't need numbers to talk to each other. We even didn't even have to talk because we communicated through your mind. All right? It was incredible. But aliens didn't like that either because, you know, they have the ability to read us. Just to show you for a fact, I went out. I got a brand new camera. All right? I went up. And guess what I saw? The ship that always, light ship that blinks at me all the time. Yeah. Wow, I got a camera. Grab my camera, I push the button, I film it, it shuts off. And it's still blinking. I turn it on, it shuts off again. It starts moving now, and I'm filming it. And maybe 2 or 3 seconds, it shuts off again. I said, what the freak? And I think I have them filming it, and it shuts off after 18 seconds. But then the ship's here, blinking, and this big ship comes like right in front of it, like this. And my camera shut off again. So they can actually sense when you're filming them. If they want you to film them, they let you. If they don't, you don't. But the last time that the ship blinked at me 120 times, my camera was frozen. My cell phone was frozen the whole time. So, you know, their intelligence is beyond ours, as if you want to call it intelligence. And what do we call intelligence? Accepting the rules that man creates. That's intelligent. Crazy people do not accept the rules that man creates.
Yeah, but it's what man created.
Exactly.
So when aliens come down, they didn't create it, and we expect aliens to do what we think, not what they think.
The word I use is agenda. Everything that walks, lives, and moves has an agenda. A lion has its own agenda, whether it's aware of it or not. There's unaware agenda, meaning, you know, you eat. You have to do this, you do that.
All I do is eat lately.
We have the awareness to know everything we can do and not do. All right? I mean, we just can't jump out the window and start flapping our wings. But again, people believe that. Well, I can do anything. No, you can't. You can't do much on this planet. I mean, Caroline Corey claims she could levitate a piece of paper. I mean, these people come out and she claims she can change everybody's DNA. You know, Drummer Melchizedek was working with alien races inside the earth, he said, the crystal beings. He was going to bring them out to the world. That was many years ago. Never happened. You know, these stories come out over and over. Now, I can't think of his name. Hold on. He said he created the string theory. I don't think of his name, but he wants people to meet with the Galactic Confederation. Oh, they're here. They're going to help us and take us up and all. Take us up where, people? What do you think they're going to
Keep
do?
bringing us back.
That's not Harriman. Sorry. Check his name out. Pull it up. He claims he has the Ark of the Covenant. These people come out with statements. Someday they're going to face death, and then they're going to face all the lies they created. What are they
Judgment
going
Day.
to do? I told the world that I got the Ark of the Covenant. Really?
Do I get a refund on Judgment Day
You know
then?
what he said he was going to do with it? Make his linked up to the one that the government has and change the world's DNA. Really? He thinks he has the right to do that. He thinks he can play God, and he was raising millions of dollars. And I went to his convention. I didn't pay for a 3-day weekend. It was $450 for a 3-day weekend conference. And at the end, for the last hour, he tried to make everybody go on a Galactic Federation ship. People, if you listen to what they say, anything, whether it's a religious person, spiritual person, whatever they are, listen to what they say and look at the world. Does anything fit together? All the good things that happen? Really? What's good on the planet? Medicine's not good. It's going to make me better. No, it doesn't make you better. All these things. And they're giving us horrible medicines and everything else. And
But the only thing I think they got right, really, or gentlemen got right, was it Professor Hapgood, the Hapgood theory? He wrote a book, and they released it, and then the government rescinded it after his death. I think I'm not quite sure if I've got that right. And they only recently re-released his book, Hapgood's Theory, and they took out like loads of pages.
There was a man called the Rain Man, and he could make it rain anywhere. He put a book out. He disappeared, and the book was completely taken off of the planet. So, when a little bit of truth comes out, it's destroyed. MJ12 is responsible for everything that we see, hear, and know about aliens and all that kind of stuff. So when people say, well, the government, MJ12 is not the government. Eisenhower created a special movement of people in charge of everything over what the president does. When Putin talked to Trump, he was talking about alien races. Putin never said a word about it, did he? Trump never came out and said a word. But again, Tina knows it's real. I know it's real. But, people, there has to be, and not a horrible statement, there has to be other races out there somewhere in the universe. Somewhere in the universe. Well, we're on planet Earth and we're here. How do we get here, people?
Scientifically wise, we don't really know a lot about our own species, our own history here on the planet. We know about the planet. We know more about the surface of the moon than we do underneath the sea. And we don't know, I think we've lost touch of what we could do, whether that be psychologically, physically, mentally. We don't, there's things that we used to be able to do and don't do anymore. We don't understand enough about death, reincarnation, or rebirth. So I think humanity's got a long way to go.
Tina, could you lower your camera just a half an inch so your chin's in the picture? Okay. All right. That's better.
Look at clearance.
No problem. But Tina, all you went through, do you believe any alien race could do anything beneficial for you now?
I don't know. To be honest with you, I can only tell you about the experience of the ones I meet, and I don't want to meet them again and put anything right. If they've had plenty of ample opportunity they've had 52 years to come forward and apologise. They've had 52 years to put me right if they chose to, and they chose not to. So that should tell you really all you need to know.
These people that have no experience, which is really sad, when they come out and talk about it. Well, they're going to do this and they're going to do that. Why?
How do they know they're going to do that?
I
want to know how these people know that when they come out, they're going to do this. How do they know that? Who told them that? When will that be?
I studied 14 religions, and then I studied a couple bits and drabs of them. Not one of them talks about God, which is sad. The second thing is they all have this programmed idea that they all have to follow. All right, whether it's Muslim, Jewish, Hinduism, it's a programmed idea. This is what you got to follow. And they keep rearranging it to fit their ego. All right. And now, if we listen to the truth, Any religion, go back to the founding of it. Who started it? Who created it? You know, there's a thing online, how to create a god and create a religion from that. It says create a super god and then create your religion from that. People, oh, that God's good. He does all this. He does, and that's how you follow him. Jesus didn't complain or talk or anything about God that way. Never. And when you talk about aliens, when they come down and tell, they taught the Egyptians, they taught the Mayans, they taught the Aztecs, and the Zapotec. They were there. They were gods, and they never gave them any truth. If people, you want to look at hieroglyphics, look at them all, analyze them. They never show you anything important, nothing real. The Egyptians had no clue about reincarnation. Wait, Tina, let me say this.
I see, go on.
Why couldn't anyone really draw? All the hieroglyphics, all the things, they're stupid stick figures. They couldn't draw a real figure?
Well, I want to know, the people said that they discovered it's the language. So if you ask someone in over Egypt or a different country, they all come up with different readings to this supposed language. So you need at least 2 or 3 experts, which I don't think you can agree, that can actually read and write hieroglyphics to state this is what is meant by that. This is the actual word, because so many words are changed in phrases from hieroglyphics. It no longer represents the word that's actually written down. So how do they know they're really telling you the truth?
Well, you know, if you follow hieroglyphics, there was hieroglyphics of unicorns, Pegasus, and things like that. So if you don't believe that, why would you believe this other stick figure of something else? Oh, he was getting on a ship. Really? There was 2 specials about mermaids, and they actually showed a couple second scenes of them. All right? That went nowhere. People, oh, that must be fake. But it was a Navy ship, and it was out in the ocean, and this mermaid popped up and went back down, and it said, oh, it had to be a seal. You saw its head, you saw its eye, and you saw this fin going down its head. Oh, it was a seal. You know, but people are so programmed not to believe the truth, don't want to believe the truth, they will never find it. You know, when we deal with reality, we should be thinking what's beneficial, what's real, what's going to help us, and what's going to help us grow. We're here for a reason, people. You can reincarnate 100 times. If you don't learn anything, you start all over. All right. I used to play that song when I did my lectures in the UFO world, Starting All Over by Tracy Chapman. Start over. Recreate what you think and what you believe in and why. Don't listen to people. That's the first fallacy. Nobody has the ultimate truth. I'm not saying I do. I have the ultimate truth for myself. Tina has her truth because she experienced it. But to try to make somebody else totally believe that's impossible. It's the same as trying to make somebody believe in you and love you. You cannot make a person on this planet love you. You can't. All right? Which is a contradictory to everything's in balance. No, I can make any person on this planet hate me, but I can't make them love me. Why is that? People, look at reality.
That's true.
We're programmed to this idea we're in perfect balance. Every negative action is a positive action. Really? People going around killing people? What happens to that person? He's going to pay for it. It's not like it's just washed away because the positive is going to balance them out. No, it's not. We don't look at truth. We want to believe some guy, Newton or somebody, gets hit in the head with an apple or a baseball bat. Suddenly they know the truth. Listen to these people that get abducted. Oh, I was shown the universe. I was shown these worlds. Really? You think you're going to get there? And do what when you get there? They're going to talk your language? Or they pick the human race language? Which one? So people, you know, we're so far from the truth. And nobody wants to get closer to it. All these people, the Christians, have been praying all their life. Now they want Jesus to come back. Why? You didn't understand him. You didn't listen to him. And you want him to come back. For what reason? So you can kill him again? His own people helped kill him. So why, people, do you want to believe in something that you really don't believe in? I mean, the disciples were walking away from Jesus after he died. That was stupid, blah, blah, blah. If it wasn't for Mary Magdalene, they would have all left what Jesus was teaching them. People, you know, were so willing to accept things. But guess what? All through history, women had no say. Ever. In 100,000 years, women were never able to speak and be the controlling factor. They were always slaves and under men. And I blame the story of Adam and Eve because men go, well, women came from me. Oh, no, they didn't. You can believe what you want, but reality is we're
Well, I
separate.
think I read a book somewhere that said that Adam's first wife refused to lay under him and turned into a bird or something and flew away.
You
So,
know,
jeez, really? And I think paganism was one of the longest reigning ruling religions, going before all the divine religions
you know
came into
when
being.
Adam was talking to supposedly God, God always used the plural. All right, meaning our, O-U-R, meaning our kind. What's our kind? Not me. He said our kind. So he was talking to an alien right then and there. I mean, the Pope came out and said Adam and Eve was a fake story. It was a twisted story. All right, and that God that was supposed to be talking to Adam lied to him. So obviously, it wasn't a human or a being called God. It was an alien because aliens lied to every race that was here, and they didn't help them in any way. They made them do. They made us slaves any which way, and it wasn't to mine gold. Their technology is way beyond ours. They don't have to make people dig gold out of the ground. They can make it. We can make gold right now. So the idea that the aliens came here and made us mine gold, Zachariah Sitchin's stupid stories. He wasn't there. He has no clue. All right, I'm aware. I was there. People, if you
If
go
they're
to
clever enough to make space material to travel through time, dimension, space, and what have you, they're clever enough to zap a bit of gold out of the ground, aren't they? Let's face it.
well, then they needed gold to surround their planet. Okay, uh, we create great stories. That's all we do. How many of them are really important to the human race? What spiritual being ever came out of reality in this world to teach us something that can save mankind in the physical? Uh, and basically, nobody can save mankind after they die. I mean, only a person themselves can do that. But in this reality, aliens come down, help us what people really think about what you're putting out there. These people like Stephen Greer and everybody else. There's a few other people now you need to communicate. Jonathan Melchizedek, okay, we're going to talk to the aliens. The other person I mentioned.
So, how come what they say that they've seen aliens or they've seen ships, eyewitness testimony come down on us and we'll speak with the aliens, that is good enough to see they've seen an alien or ship. But when abductees come forward, our eyewitness testimony, pictures, medical evidence, and drawings is not good enough.
They don't want that. Tina, I did that when I was 19 years old. I was working doing hypnosis regression with women that were abducted.
So
Lost time.
we
Wait.
see the same things, but it's still not good enough in a court of law or good enough
Tina,
as evidence or credible as evidence. But if
I
I
work
say
with
it's a bank robber, that is.
I worked with 3 different women when I was younger. Each one of them was pregnant and lost their child. All right, the last one I was working with said, "Look, here's my sonogram. She just got it the day before, showing the baby inside her womb. She woke up, it was gone. She went back to the hospital, and then they took a sonogram, and they showed that too. Nothing. She said the hospital said there was no possible way she could be pregnant, or was. I mean, the residue, nothing, no evidence of any kind. People, and that was when you couldn't say aliens, but I was trying to help her. The one that I worked with had 2 children taken, and on the 3rd year, she was allowed to see him, and they told her she'll only get to see him 1 time. This is a race that's supposed to care about people? Do you really think aliens care about you
No
or
people,
me?
not our people.
All the people on this planet, really? I mean, you think they want bodies, which they can pick up anywhere they want now, and there's more and more coming out every day. And in Hawaii, all those people that died, and they're not mentioning how many really did, what happened to them? Were they spiritual? Were they able to travel? Now, Barbara Masiniak wrote a book a long time ago. Read it. It's a really important book. She was working, I forgot with Rick, what race, but she says one race absorbs people's souls when they go through the astral plane before they get into it, which sounds feasible. Not that they could touch me, not that I was ever touched when I went to the other realms, but people that have no protection, no awareness, like medicine man I studied with said, don't go into the light. And that's what he said. Because if you do, they'll have you. Barbara Messiniak kind of said it when you leave your body and you go and pass up towards into the astral plane, they absorb that as energy. Meaning you're what? A consciousness? I don't believe in the word consciousness, sorry, but an energy form. And they could use it, which I'm sure they can. The United States, the world is trying to clone DNA cells to create things and mix things. We have no borders, no guidelines to live by that they care about. Morals were for a reason, and we can't live by them. You think aliens have a set of morals? Well, this is Earth. We have to live by their morals. Really? Thou shalt not eat them. Thou shalt not abduct them. What would the Ten Commandments? It's so sad, people. And most people run away when they hear the truth.
I mean, they don't want to believe it, yeah. It's a horrifying truth.
Tina, we've been doing this a long time.
Yeah, 3 years.
We have followings, but, it's like majority of people run away. The UFO world rather listen to Stephen Greer. Go to his place, spend some money to sit on the ground to talk to aliens. All right?
They can learn more talking to me and you.
You can learn a lot more, but that's the problem. Oh, they're not, they're blah, blah, blah. Whatever they think. I mean, I was always called crazy because I even mentioned the word aliens. Say you met an alien. Say you met
Now he's laughing when they would admit it that they're real, and I've been real, for many, many years. All those people locked up falsely in prison in psychiatric units. That's what they want to be worried about. Let me tell you.
Names, right. Now, John Ford, who filmed the best video ever taken of a UFO crash on Long Island, is in a nut house on Long Island since 1996, people. Seriously, the UFO world didn't try to get him out. Why? I saw the video. He sent it around the world to 4 different countries.
And there's people that have lost their families and they've never seen their children grow up and have been in prison wrongly for just coming out saying that they've been abducted or seen a UFO. And they were right all along. Are they going to get compensation? Are they going to get released? This is why I'm like I am. I'm like,
let's just see if you're radioactive today.
I'm not. I've had a bad couple of weeks, believe you me. Right, so guys, I've got to go get counted. Tommy's got one in Hawaii.
I got the same one, but this only matters about her because she's the one that's radioactive, not me.
On there, so there you go. It tells you the electrical magnetic radiation tested. Right, I'm holding it near my screen. It says nothing.
0.
Top volts per meter, and that is micro Teslas there. So it is. I have a screen which is a like a safe screen computer. It doesn't give off electrical magnetic radiation, and it doesn't give off volts per meter. It doesn't give off that. So what we're going to do now is there's no background here, so you normally get back. Oh, there you go. Look, but now I'm going to move it closer to me, guys. Okay, so I'm going to move forward to the screen a little bit. So you can see the numbers going up. I'm going to hold it a bit closer. So that says harmful. Going to do your side.
People, she doesn't have a trick Geiger counter. It's not make-believe. She has more symptoms and problems than anybody else in the UFO world because she is exposed to radiation and was. I don't want to get into too many details. I don't know. But people, we don't do this show to entertain people. This isn't an entertainment show. I mean,
it's like a scientific research with banging heads against the wall till we get some sense out of somebody. But on that note, Tommy has a book about UFOs that you can see. He's got like a little thingy. You can ask him. Tommy's going to put his email up so people can email Tommy and they can get his book. Tommy is also a published author. He has many books out, which I'm going to encourage him to put up online for the next few weeks. If anyone out there, by the way, can help Tommy, his email is also online. If anyone can find him somewhere to live or send him money, be even better. But this is called The Bonded, The Truth About Alien Abduction. There it is there. It took me about 2 years to get it out. And literally, it's just about my abduction. It's a bit about me, and then it tells you a bit about my investigative statement.
3 companies stopped the book from coming out. And they said they couldn't print it. That's crazy.
So, but it's out. It's £10. It's cheaper than a packet of cigarettes. You can buy it on Amazon. It's on Kindle. If you have Kindle Unlimited, it's actually free on Kindle Unlimited. So you can read it for free on Kindle Unlimited. You can read it on Kindle, and you can buy the book for £10. There it is there. It's called The Bonded, The Truth About Alien Abduction by me, T.A. Barrett. And that just has my account in it. I've had some really good feedback. So 5-star reviews. Don't forget, guys, I do have dyslexia, so it is hard for me. I've got another book, which I think I've sold out of, and it's called, there you go, The Guardians of Light and Brotherhood of the Night. That's also available on Amazon. Again, you can get it on Kindle, and yes, it is free on Amazon Unlimited. So if you've got Amazon Unlimited, you can buy The Guardians of Light and the Brotherhood of the Night, and there's my other one. And I also have another one called The Checkpoint, but that's a bit more risque. That's more of like a adult romance book, if you like. But yeah, The Guardians of Light, The Brotherhood of the Night, that's a really good book. I really enjoyed that, and I even pick it up and read today. I know there's loads of mistakes and the paragraphs don't fit, but give it a go. And there's that, yeah. So please give it a read, like, and share. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter. You can find me on Facebook and on X. X, yeah. All the media platforms you can find me on. T.A. Bird on Facebook. You can also email me, birdbooks, tabird@hotmail.com. But that's it. I'm from in Southampton, and it has been quiet on the viewing front lately. Whether it's the time of year, we've just had a storm warning yesterday for a 3-day storm that's just about to hit the UK. So we might not have electricity or any Wi-Fi signal for the next couple of days. Depends how badly this storm is going to hit us. They have predicted snow up in the Scottish Isles, but I'm right at the other end of the country. I'm down south.
Tina, you're on X? You're on X site, the old Twitter?
Yes.
Well,
yes.
Mr. Musk said he'd put out money to say, look, you want to bring the truth out? Help us. Just put that up. I'm going to put it up. I wrote him. I gave him a link.
Yeah. Is that Elon Musk? Is it? I'll write that down. I'll get someone to put it out.
I gave him a link today of our show and everything. But, if I can always say, maybe if we got in touch with the right person, that one guy, I had him on my show, and he's going to spend $1 billion to build a center for aliens to come down and talk to our government.
Oh, we spoke to him, didn't we?
We had him on our show. I didn't know that. I would have never brought him on our show. But yeah, here he is.
I was going to say other opinions, and they're crazy ideas. Well, we may sound crazy to other people, but
he had money. Gosh. He has money, and he's going to spend it on that.
He's going to build a building that aliens from this world won't be able to live in because they don't live like human beings. Which quite surprised me. I thought someone with intelligence would have probably realised they probably need a different environment or a 2-headed shower. Bit of enzymes going over here, maybe something, I'm not quite sure. But yeah, that's a bit of a waste. You can house many families in there, or he could hydroponics and start growing his own food in there for the rest of the world.
The word hydroponics was created for the underground cities in the United States, and nobody talks about that either. I wonder why. All right, hydroponics is incredible, but you don't need all the things that we have outside the planet, inside the earth. So somebody just wrote me, well, he wants to start a hydroponics farm. I said, yeah, you know who created that? Why they created it? Because on the ground, they don't have the sun. First thing, they don't have rain coming down every day. So it was something created for that reason. I mean, it helps. You can do it up here too. But, it's alien technology. I remember when I went to Disney World, they had a whole hydroponics thing. You get on a train and ride through it. They produce 1/3 of all the fruits and vegetables that get sold in Disney, which
Oh,
was mind-boggling. But I don't know how many years, over a long time ago. But people, technology could be good if we used it wisely, which we don't. All our
mm.
food's contaminated, and they just released in the United States all the water has toxic chemicals that cause cancer. They only released this yesterday. I knew it
I
30
mean,
years
we
ago.
live on a planet we're killing, but it's killing us. We get cancer from the sun that's above us. We get die of hypothermia, starvation on the surface of it. You know, we can't live underneath the water like other things or beings or creatures. We live on a planet where everything's trying to kill us. I'm not sure it's really our true environment, but hey ho.
You know,
But
I want
I know we've got a few minutes to go, but uh I'm gonna need to go, but I don't feel too well. I'm not sure what I'm coming down with.
it's always a pleasure. I'm so
Tommy,
glad
it's
you
been
can make it.
great. One last shout. If anybody can help Tommy, his situation, it's Hawksblood1 at
AOL.com.
AOL.com. If you can
Uh,
help Tommy in any way, I'm going to put a shout out. Please help Tommy. He's out there on his own in Hawaii with his family, and they need to move. There's been
yeah,
fires out there, aliens out there. Hi, John, hydroponics. Put the word out. Tommy needs help, and any donations, houses, somewhere to live, money to pay, buy a house, greatly appreciated. But I will see you all next week for our show next week. Hopefully, we'll have something a bit top notch.
well, it's always a pleasure, Tina. Stay safe. Hope you feel
And to you,
okay.
Tommy. And I
Try to
hope
stay out of the
you
hospital for a week.
yeah, and I hope you're not stressed or anything and get better news. That's all I can hope for you.
Well, we'll talk. See you again. Anything important, text me, please. Okay,
I
Tina?
will. Thank you. Bye bye. Goodbye, John. Bye. Bye, Tommy.
All right, Tina Berg, great person, suffering because of something that's real and people don't want to believe it. You know, I've been doing a show with her for almost 3 years. And, we should have a big following. But, people that hear the truth run from it. I wish it was the opposite. I mean, when Jesus walked the streets, they ran to him, but they looked in his eyes and they could see something different. Look at any of these speakers' eyes, really. Look into mine. All right. See what you see. You could read people's auras, people, and that's easy to do. You don't need to be a super spiritual being or anything else. Just be a normal person. You can see a person's aura. At that point, you would know where they're really coming from. Look into Stephen Greer's eyes if you can ever get him to stand still and look at you straight on. Uh, People, we follow the wrong things. Always have. When we didn't have to follow things in Atlantis, it was so different. But the second ego grew and was programmed, mankind became evil. And it wasn't just aliens, people. The person that controls aliens is a little bit different too. We're not going to get into that. But they're controlled. They're no better than us in any way. Technology doesn't make a person better. Never did, never will. If we could crystallize a spaceship in a second, would it make us a better person? No. Technology is only a toy. I call it a toy that man creates to keep their ego here. If you took away all the toys on this planet, man wouldn't want to be here. Take away sports, all right? And take away sex, not love. Take away sex. Take those away, man wouldn't want to be on this planet. But as long as he has his toys to play with, why would they want to leave? They don't. I talk about that a lot because it's the five passions of the mind that keeps us here, that doesn't allow people to leave, means reincarnating over and over. Attachment, the worst form of anything, because it'll make you come back. You're attached to your animals, attached to your family, attached to anything, and you want to come back just for that. You're not looking forward to going closer to a God or anything higher than that. And here's the worst thing, people. Becoming part of a universal energy. Why would I want to do that? Nothing good comes out of any energy that comes into this reality. Nothing. You only get the truth the spiritual truth when you leave it. Angels, deities do not teach on planet Earth. Aliens don't either. They don't teach anything either. But I'm talking about a real angel, a real deity. They don't teach on planet Earth. They take you to their level. I mean, if you study Shiva's story, it was all sexual. Hinduism was all sexual. Everything about it. All right, is that beneficial? Well, oh yeah, if we do Kundalini, we raise our energy up to God. No, you don't. All the programmed ideas that man has accepted only keeps him locked into this reality. And the idea that we're all connected to what? A perverted, twisted, sick mental consciousness? We need to rise above that. And if I knew that was real, I would beg anything, whatever this consciousness, to completely destroy me. I'm not even part of evilness, and that's all that exists in this reality anymore. It wasn't here in the beginning, but it was brought here, and it stayed here, people. So I don't know. I'm not going to go much further. I could go on, but I got to deal with my own problems right now. But for you people, think about why you're on this planet. What are you going to achieve by the time you leave? What are you going to leave this planet? Anything? I'm leaving a few books that could benefit somebody if they read it. But again, I'm not trying to write the Bible. I'm not trying to write the Ten Commandments. I mean, it's real simple. Find God. And everything else doesn't really matter. As long as you think you're already there, good luck with that one. Do you have a clue how big God really is, what it looks like, and what it thinks about daily and does? You have no clue, and you probably never will. I mean, when you get to the astral plane, you got other things to deal with. I mean, it's beautiful compared to here. The further you get away from this reality, going into the first, second, third, fourth, fifth dimensions. No, I'm not talking about the dimensions in this reality. There's 3 dimensions in this reality. I'm not talking first, second, third, fourth, fifth dimension here. No, that's has to do with art, dimensional shapes and things like that. But again, what soul is, it's in that physical body, and it has to stay there until it gets out of it. It could be anywhere from 1 year to 125 years. But are you learning one thing about spiritual truth? Which is the only thing that matters. Alien truth is never going to help anybody in any realm of any world. If they come in here and play with us, they got nothing better to do. Do you spend your whole life following an ant colony in your yard? Why would you? You could go to the whole universe. You could come down here and land and play with an ant colony? Really? Ants worship their queen. Bees worship their queen. The human race worships their ego. And man, women were slaves all through history. Pathetic journey of the human race. Never mind fighting with each other. Color means more important than peace and love. Really, people? Aliens are multiple colors, multiple sizes, multiple dimensions. But they're not better in any way. Oh, they drive a ship that can travel. So what? A ship's not going to take you closer to God or closer to any of the higher realms. Dimensional of the astral plane is starting to merge with ours because of mankind. You could say we raised our level enough to do that, or they lowered their awareness to come here and be part of our reality. But thanks to Mr. Tesla, that happened. I'm not going to go into the whole story. Nikola Tesla created time travel. And when they did that, go back to the Philadelphia experiment, they opened up a vortex. Sergio 18 and I worked there for 6 years when we were the top speakers in the UFO world. We were the only ones showing pictures of UFOs all the time. Real pictures of ships, not dots and dashes and everything other than that. Just triangles. We showed pictures of real ships. People, you want the truth, you want lies, you have a choice. You always do. But mankind likes the passions of this reality more than anything else. I mean, if you're in love, sex is great. If you're not, sex is a toy. A game. Just like sports. I don't want to get into it, people. My book, it will be all about that. And it's basically for women. It's being in the process of being completed. All right. Till next week or whatever. If I can keep going, if I have to close my cable down until I move and all those kind of things, I could still do it on my cell phone. But peace, love, compassion, whatever you need in your life, don't stop until you get it. But don't settle for anything less. The truth. Tommy Hawksblood here. Till next time. You're not going to hear this anywhere else, people. I don't know anybody on this planet that has gone through as much as I did. And that's not ego. And it's not because I wanted to. All right. I had 5 death experiences, and each one taught me more about death. And I became aware of just about everything I need to. And it could happen for you too. Not death, but the awareness. Till next time, people. Enjoy your day, night, wherever you are. Peace.
The sky